Court is calling 2023 CR 3050A, State of Texas versus Gabriella Sanchez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Mick Aguilera standing in for Lorraine Efron.
All right.
On behalf of Lorraine Efron. Gabriella.
All right, Ms. Sanchez, do you have any objections to Mr. Aguilera standing in for Lorraine Efron?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yeah.
All right, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Did you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
She walked into that Texas courtroom expecting to walk out free. She was 19 years old, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and the state had already agreed to give her a break. Deferred adjudication, no prison, no conviction on her record, just probation conditions, and a second chance most people in her position never get. But before the judge could even finish reading the terms of that deal, something happened in that courtroom that changed everything. And the answer to what it was will reframe every assumption you had about this case. State of Texas versus Gabriella Sanchez. Case number 23 CR 3 to Fide. The charge was a second-degree felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. In Texas, that carries a punishment range of 2 to 20 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000. Those are not numbers that exist in the abstract. Those are numbers that mean the rest of your youth, the rest of your 20s, possibly the better part of your life, spent inside a state facility. Gabriella Sanchez was 19 years old. She had no children. She had a boyfriend who was supporting her. Her parents were sitting in the hallway outside, and she had told them to wait there because, as she put it, she did not have a good relationship with them. Her father, she said, mistreated her.
Like if there's something in your past that happened between you and your parents, then maybe you may need help with that to address that issue. But if it's a question of they don't like your boyfriend and you don't want to abide by their rules and they say, well, you can't stay here, then that's something completely different. So what are your issues with them?
My father mistreats me.
Okay.
She was standing in that courtroom essentially alone, carrying a felony charge, and about to accept a plea deal that would keep her out of prison if, and only if, she followed every single condition the court imposed.
Legal
the
in
deal
Texas,
was set.
and it's not legal while you're on probation. Are you employed?
No, Your Honor.
So how are you supporting yourself?
My boyfriend.
All right. Do you have any children?
No.
Where are your parents?
They're outside.
Okay. How old are you?
19.
Plea was no contest.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
State offers State's Exhibit 1 in all attachments.
And we have no objection, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused. Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. Court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Judge, if you'll consider it, the state saw fit to recommend supervision.
All right. Anything you want to say on behalf? I'm sorry, anything you wish to say? Ms. Sanchez?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
The state had agreed. The defense had agreed. The judge was ready to sentence. And then the judge asked one question that nobody in that room was prepared for.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. If you drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And you've just seen somebody else has been tested. Marijuana, anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right. Why are you using marijuana?
Just to use it.
If you were drug tested today, what would the results show? She said marijuana. Nothing else, just marijuana. The judge ordered the test anyway. Here is where it is important to understand what deferred adjudication actually means under Texas law, because this legal distinction is the entire reason what happened next was so catastrophic for Gabriella Sanchez. Deferred adjudication is not a conviction. The court finds sufficient evidence of guilt but defers, meaning delays. any formal finding of guilt while the defendant serves a probationary period, comply with every condition, and the case can be dismissed, violate even one condition, and the court can revoke the deferral, enter a finding of guilt, and sentence the defendant to the full punishment range.
Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
In Gabriella's case, that meant 20 years. The deal she accepted was not a safety net. It was a tightrope, and she was about to find out she had already started to fall. The drug test came back positive for cocaine.
Hi. So one, I didn't notice your clothes. You dressed inappropriately for court. Number two, you're positive for cocaine as well. So how often are you using?
I don't use any other drug besides marijuana in
So,
my life.
so who gave you the marijuana?
I bought it from
A
a
friend?
friend of a friend.
All right. Well, your friend of a friend, if you're not using cocaine, then they're putting something extra in your marijuana. And that's why I always tell people, when you're using drugs, there's no label on the outside, with inspected by telling you what you're using.
Mhm.
You
Not
are
marijuana, cocaine. She denied it immediately. She told the judge she did not use cocaine, that she only used marijuana, that someone must have put something in what she was sold. The judge did not raise her voice. She did not editorialize. She simply explained in plain and direct language that there is no label on a drug telling you what is actually inside it, that when you buy substances from a friend of a friend with no accountability and no oversight, you have no idea what you are actually consuming. The calm in that courtroom was more devastating than anger would have been. Think about that for a moment. Most of us have trusted someone at work, a manager, a colleague, a system, and found out later they were not who they presented themselves to be. Most of us have been handed something and told it was one thing, only to discover it was something else entirely. The difference is that in most workplaces, discovering you were missold cost you trust. In Gabriella Sanchez's world, it nearly cost her 20 years of her life. She was 19. She was already on the edge, and the system was now watching every move she made. The judge imposed the full conditions.
All right. 10 years deferred adjudication, affirmative finding of deadly weapon, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, restitution and no contact, and that's restitution, if any, to Jose Caceres, Miguel Rojas, Ashley Almina. There's going to be 250 hours community service restitution. If she attends college or goes to some kind of trade school where she's trying to make her dreams come true, then the court will consider waiving those community service hours. So whether you want to just be doing busy work, although community services, you learn something whenever you do it. But if you want to do something to better yourself, then I'm giving you that opportunity. So some type of trade school or college. And if you're going to do college, the court requires full time. And for the court, that's at least
10
9
years of
hours.
deferred adjudication, an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon on her record, a $1,500 fine, 250 hours of community service, though the court offered to waive those hours entirely if Gabriella enrolled in college full-time or attended a trade school, at least 9 credit hours per semester, anger management, regular drug testing, including level testing, field visits from probation once a month for 3 months, proof of employment within 30 days, and an absolute prohibition on working with children or as a home health care provider, given the nature of the original charge. The judge also asked Gabriella what she wanted to do with her life. She said performing arts, theater. The judge told her about Lauren Bacall, one of Hollywood's most iconic actresses, who started out working in a theater before anyone knew her name.
Like, dude, what are your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations?
Performing arts, like theater.
Okay. So what are you doing to try to get yourself in theater?
I can always go back to school. I have money saved up to attend college whenever I feel like it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you don't work towards your hopes and dreams, they're not going to happen. I mean, you may be walking down the street one day and somebody may come up to you and say, wow, that looks like somebody who should be in arts, but usually it doesn't happen. I will tell you, a lot of the older actors from what they call old Hollywood, they would work at a theater and then they ended up becoming actors and actresses. Lauren Bacall worked at a theater as a cigarette girl. They don't have those anymore.
The point was not trivia. The point was this. Your dream is not impossible, but dreams do not happen to people who wait for them. They happen to people who move toward them every single day, even when the circumstances are hard. Now ask yourself this: if you were handed a second chance this significant in a courtroom in front of a judge after being charged with a second-degree felony, would you do everything it took to protect it? Or would the weight of everything that brought you there make the next step feel too far away to reach? 3 years later, Gabriella Sanchez was back in that same courthouse.
50A State versus Gabriella Sanchez. Can I have parties announced?
Brandon Prater for the state.
David McLean for the defense.
And are you Miss Sanchez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So Attorney McLean has been appointed to represent you. Your previous attorney asked that she be removed and that another attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you have any objections to this attorney representing you?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. McLean, are you waiving notice?
I am, Judge.
All right. Ms. Sanchez, did you review the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you
Your Honor.
understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
New case number, new attorney. Her previous lawyer had asked to be removed from her case. The motion before the court was no longer about a plea. It was a motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. In plain language, the state was asking the judge to end the deferred adjudication, enter a formal conviction, and potentially
Okay.
send her to prison.
Okay. Are you the same Gabriella Sanchez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 3050A for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on May 22nd, 2023 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Judge be proceeding on a violation of condition number 1, specifically that on or about the 24th day of April 2026 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Gabriella Isabel Sanchez committed the offense of purchase or furnishing alcohol to a minor in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
State.
We'll waive the remaining allegations.
Any
No,
objections
The
to
violation.
waiver?
On April 24, 2026 in Bexar County, Texas, Gabriella Sanchez furnished alcohol to a minor. The minor was her brother. He was 19 years old.
So he's looking up to you and you just led him astray. You understand?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
how old was he?
He was 19.
You're leading him astray. You should be saying, hey, don't do this. You're going to end up like me. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be better. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. This is what the court will do. The court is going to follow your agreement. The court is going to alter and amend conditions to include a referral. And this is to be in custody. There's going to be a referral to Esperanza Court. And I'm doing that based upon the photos they said she was uploading. And you need to be honest about that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
They're going to interview
And he
you.
had been looking up to her. She pleaded true.
Any
No obje-
objections
no
to the
objection.
waivers?
No
If you
objection.
understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, I do.
Under Texas law, when a defendant on deferred adjudication pleads true to a violation, the court has the authority to immediately adjudicate guilt and impose any sentence within the original punishment range. No new trial, no jury. The agreement she made in 2023 gave the court that power, and she had acknowledged it in writing, in open court, with full understanding of what it meant. The court found the violation true, followed a new proposed agreement amending her supervision terms, and referred her to Esperanza Court, a specialized intervention program, based on photos she had been uploading, the nature of which the judge addressed directly and firmly. If she was honest with Esperanza Court, they would accept her. If she denied the behavior, they would not. The choice was entirely hers. She left that courtroom still not in prison. But the system had used every tool available to it to bring her back from the edge twice, and the question of whether that was justice or simply a system extending itself until she finally ran out of second chances is one reasonable people will
No, Your
answer
Honor, not
differently.
at all.
People say that, and they say that when they've spent a little time at the Bexar County Jail, then they're like, oh, how did I get here? I'm going to change my ways. And then you look up, keep doing the same thing. And this whole thing with you, where it says that you furnished or providing alcohol to a minor, you're not helping that minor. You're making their life difficult. And you are no longer a minor. You're an adult. And you should not be presenting negative impact on other young people's lives because they're struggling just the way you're struggling. You're making it more difficult for them when it should be. You should be the one telling them the right thing to do. You
What
understand?
this case makes undeniably clear is that the law does not operate in the abstract. It operates in the specific, in the personal, in the details of a 19-year-old girl whose parents are sitting in a hallway and whose dreams are real, but whose decisions keep pulling her further from them. Deferred adjudication is designed to offer a path, but a path is only useful to someone who actually walks it. Every condition the court imposed existed not as punishment but as structure, the kind of structure that protects people from the worst versions of their own choices. The judge gave Gabriella Sanchez something rare, and the most powerful thing she said was not a
We can go
legal
off the
ruling.
record. This could have went south so quickly, and you could be looking at maybe doing prison time. So you need to think before you act. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Just remain in court, and probation are going to go over conditions with you.
Thank you.
It was
All right.
this could have gone south so quickly. It still could. If this case made you think about accountability, second chances, or the gap between the law and the people it is supposed to serve, drop a comment below with a courtroom case or interaction you want us to cover next. Subscribe and share this video, because the more people understand how the legal system actually works, the harder it becomes for anyone to abuse it.